Hello.
Oh, hello. You've got a pretty nice avatar.
You sound very British. Got that British accent. Where are you at the moment?
At this moment, I'm living in Japan.
Yes. Ooh, okay.
And actually, I was
What
born
are
in
you,
Japan too.
Okay.
And my passport says I have a Japanese nationality.
Okay.
So that's basically who I am.
What? Where did you get taught the English then? Did you
At a school which
British
is
accent?
located in a very remote and rural area in Japan.
Wow. Are your parents British?
No.
Or are they Japanese?
Yeah, my parents are completely Japanese.
He sounds like a perfect English gentleman.
Yeah, but
if
you
the cat
also
had a top hat,
sound like
perfect.
complete American gentleman. Wait, does that kind of thing exist?
Wait. You have anywhere you want to travel to?
Actually, I really want to go to the United States because I've been to over 20 countries and regions so far, but not the United States yet.
Any place in particular? Because it's very different depending on where you go.
Yeah, I know, it's really gigantic
That's
and
very true.
huge. Maybe go to the New York. I think it's a very urban face of the United States of America.
I think it's the largest city.
Yeah, but the problem is, prices in the United States are quite higher than those of, general prices in Japan.
Especially
Yes.
in cities, it's a lot more expensive.
So to be honest, I've been considering moving back to Japan recently. I've been researching the prices and stuff like that. And in Japan, while the wages are a little bit lower, the prices are super low compared to America for a lot of things.
I think probably the biggest reason for the price disparity between the two countries is in America, property like housing is considered a retirement plan. So nobody wants their housing prices to go down. They only want them to go up. So I'm hoping to move to within the next year or so because it just seems like a better deal. Because you can get like a 2,000 to 3,500 square foot house for $180,000.
When are you planning to get a house? Do you recent?
Where?
Or are you gonna wait?
It'll be soon. I don't think that our housing prices are going to drop. I don't think they're going to let that bubble pop. They don't want another financial disaster like the 2008 housing crisis. I think
Subprime
that whatever
loan. Yeah, that was worldwide.
Yeah. Our big crash caused a lot of
Anything
problems
financial
everywhere.
happens to the United States, that means the whole world will suffer.
Bad news for everybody else. Yeah. One of the biggest problems we're having right now on the border is Texas is having a border dispute with the federal government on. So that's a new
Is
thing.
Texas having a territorial issue with the federal government? You mean?
Yeah, they are currently because they think that people from are illegally entering their country at higher rates than they used to. Yeah, the current narrative by the conservative party in the United States is that the Biden has open borders, and therefore, in order for Texas to protect itself, it must install barbed wire fences and have militarized patrols around the border.
Basically, it's election season, so
they're trying to drum up controversy.
Yeah.
But anyways, Texas is having a dispute with the federal government on how they can manage their border.
That's very
that's
interesting.
fun, yeah.
I mean, I think that's why the United States is called United States. So it's not one singular country, but it's a mixture of a bunch of states.
So there is some differences. So for example, I think in the UK, a country like Scotland can secede easily if there is a referendum, but in the United States, in our constitutions, unless it's explicitly written that you can leave, you're not allowed to. Or if they did try to leave the Union, it would be very, very likely that the federal government would consider that a form of unlawful secession. So they would likely deploy troops to regain that territory back.
It's the second civil war.
Well. Yeah, that could happen. Texas has seceded before, and the federal government did deploy and reclaimed Texas.
Oh, speaking of
It's
which,
odd.
I was just thinking, who's the commander-in-chief for a state trooper? Is that the governor of a state?
I believe so.
So what if
And they
Texas
signed...
governor orders, Texan state troop to, fight against the federal government, as you just told you earlier? Then the President Biden told the state troopers, no, stop it, with the order of the president. So what would happen? I mean, in terms of the legal system, which
I think
overrides.
I think legally, so that would be technically a crisis that would happen.
Yeah.
So.
I was going to ask, why is our politicians all, really old?
That tends to be because of our, partially, it's due to our advertising strategies. So when you have a lobby, they will purchase ads and things, and a lot of our ads tend to be towards the older generation because they tend to vote more. So now it basically, who wins is who has the most money for advertising, getting their name out there.
That's why the
Who has the most money tends to be
old
older
billionaire
people.
won the last. Not last. The second. that billionaire guy won the election.
Yeah. Donald Trump had notoriety with that. The other reason why Donald Trump won was we have political correctness is a big topic on the right wing of the American political system, and a lot of those people liked the way he talked because he said the things out loud that they wanted to say, but otherwise got in trouble by their relatives.
It's getting a bigger issue in Japan too because of you guys. I mean, these Americans just having a battle within their country about political correctness or political correctness. Then they just come over the Pacific Sea, arrive in Japan, and some enlightened Japanese people began saying something like Japanese animation is lack of political correctness or something like that. And yeah, it's getting a big issue here.
I've seen a lot of people in the YouTube comments, some Japanese people who seem to like Donald Trump. I'm not sure why. I don't see a lot of Biden.
The memes are real.
Okay.
We will make America great again.
Oh, the other thing too, a lot of our political system is because we are two-party.
Yeah.
A lot of our...
The donkey and elephant.
The donkey and the elephant. Yeah. A lot of our politicians tend to have more centrist views, but Trump had a very polarizing effect where he brought in a lot of new voices into the Republican Party. They basically saw how successful Donald Trump was, so a lot of new politicians are trying to become the same type of thing.
There's actually a lot of politicians who are affiliated with Donald Trump, he has his own, people under him. And if they get supported by Donald Trump, they're likely to get elected, so they align themselves with him.
Exactly, yeah. So you have people like, for example, and she was a young person comparatively that had really crazy ideas. She thought that the had a space laser that started the wildfires in California.
What? Yeah, it's basically the same thing what the Austrian painter said.